face in your broadcasting station because you have no proof against me. I wasn't there. I was sleeping at home when the terreiro was invaded. And now I say more, that the Spirit should learn not to be challenging those who don't like the images of them. Did you know that? Yeah, I've been talking it everywhere. If someone would say, see, he is intolerant, screw it, I'm not bothering with anyone's opinion. Don't even challenge Christians to break images, because the Christians has no reverence for the images as others have. Christian has no feeling for images, for plaster dolls. Then let everyone in their places, you know? Have to let everyone in their places. If you keep quiet, everyone keep quiet. Now don't cause this, you're causing. When the young people pass next to the line of the Spirit Center, they start saying to them, because they hand out a gospel tracts, they read and say, oh, I'll put your name under the feet of Tranca-Rua. I will give your name to the mouth of the toad. I will give your name to Iemanjá. And then, you know what happened. You can't do that. Because a believer isn't afraid of plaster dolls, nor a devil, nor a spirit invoked from the hell, as happened in the terreiros of Macumba. I attended more than 20 years of terreiros. So I speak what I know. What's more, a message to Átila Nunes. Shameless. I want to see if you can shut me up. Here, I play with handcuffs. Who has the keys of all the jails is my Jesus. I'm not afraid of jails, I'm not afraid of handcuffs, and not afraid of guns. So this reporting, this rubbish you saw there, that already passed it, and I'm only emphasizing the points that here says, and if you really want to see if this was told, you return the movie and see what was said. I am pointing out the absurdity that was said at occasion, as if everything would be so even. With me, nothing so even. What you speak in my face, get in the face. What you give by the media, you receive by the media. I have access to the world media. I export video to the world. What's more, you see there in English subtitle? To facilitate for everyone to know, for everyone to see. Because what I say, I don't say behind the camera. I proclaim to the rooftops. I have nothing to hide. I don't have even anything with no crook. So, the police reported, okay? And now that the police report is true, if the police informs what is true, then why there are the courts? Why is necessary to present witnesses? Why there are lawyers, prosecutors, judges, trial, court proofs? Why is there all this if it isn't enough to get in a police station directed by a bunch of incompetents, and there it becomes the truth? No longer need to gather information, don't need more evidence, arrives there at the station, collect information and put in the media as if it was true. Incompetent journalist. Who said? My enemy, Henrique Pessoa Macumbeiro, who said, I am delegate, I am spiritist, I haven't laid it to you? Has he who told that I broke the terreiro? Why he don't say this in my face? Or he isn't man enough? I still live at the same home. When I was inside of the 6th police station, they didn't tell me a lot, but behind my back, blah 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 in the media, in front of the microphones in the news. Be man, have dignity, have honor. This goes far. If you mess with me, get prepared. I am grateful to the civilian police who sent message to me, many. Oh, tell the pastor to let it go, don't touch it. There are people interested in his prison. I thank you for this message with sincerity, but with me isn't like this. With me is hit will also take. Another thing I've said, but I want to stress only a little bit more. The incompetence of the media in this country has been widespread. The media announced this here on the Morro da Providência, which is near here, where drugs traffic use the rain now, and the pacemaker police unit are there, and thanks God for that. There's quiet, good for the residents, good for the whole society. the media got tired of reporting things about young people there, murdered by shot, always saying, league with traffic, head of traffic, gator with traffic. But we who live here in the community know that there was nothing of this. The media is incompetent. The media is killer. The media is transgressive. It has no attitude, no dignity, no honor, have no shame. These incompetent journalists face it, saying that work is signing on, studying, doing course, killed by a shot, no one knows where, but the title they gave to them of marginals isn't worthy. Meanwhile, the families are crying, fathers are crying, ad-lib media. Fifth detail. The police, or rather, the delegate, Ellen Sandenberg, she said, I have a video on the internet with apology against Paz de Santo. First detail, the video isn't mine. I don't speak in the video. In the video she shows, I don't appear. I have nothing to do with the story. Isn't my image, isn't my voice, don't have my studies. And she said I have a video with apology against Paz de Santo. Well, delegate Ellen Sandenberg, where's the video? Where is the apology against the Paz de Santo? Where is it? Where is the video? Talk is easy, has to show. And your interpretation has no value. That's why exist the courts, the judges. The interpretation has value within that system. You are a missing pin in an ocean. You don't define anything. Who are you, Delegate Ellen Sandenberg, to say that I do apology against Paz de Santo? My relatives are all Paz de Santo. I never made any apology against Paz de Santo. I myself was almost a Paz de Santo, and Jesus Christ rescued me in time. I was almost a Paz de Santo. I almost went through these atrocities, all these aberrations that Paz de Santo goes through. Poor man of spiritual knowledge. As I said, Jesus rescued me when I didn't start to dive deep into these things. I lived it for over 20 years. My conversion happened at 22 years. Before I was born, my mother was already doing works before I was born during the birth. But Jesus Christ is greater. Where is the video? With apology against Paz de Santo. And another thing, say that I have a video in the internet. Delegate, don't insult me. I have 400 videos on the internet, all with the same context. Scattered on Vimeo, YouTube, GodTube, in all kind of echo. I have videos on international providers. I have over 400 videos on the internet. And you come to say that I have one video on the internet with apology against Paz de Santo. I have more than 400 speakings of what I know, spiritually speaking, of the biblical text, where I report, I only elucidate the biblical text. I don't have one video on the internet. I have a truckload of video on the internet. And none of my videos, none of them has presented a proof for my shameless prison, for arbitrary arrested. None. So I don't have one video on the internet. There is another detail. This one is serious. Oh, you thought the things was already serious? Thought you had enough proof to send me to prison again? Okay, so now comes more serious things. To show I'm not afraid of delegate. In fact, I respect all those who give themselves respect. If there's one thing I learned since I was born, is to respect my nearest. It was this education that made me a pastor today. Understands? It is this education that made me arrive here where I am, where in Brazil society nobody's seen in the position I am, because my education have contributed a lot to it. Following the video, you guys around the world saw the delegate, Ellen Sandberg, saying, these criminals, this criminal, delegate. At the time I was 43 years old. Before you call a man a criminal, first go wash your mouth with soap powder. Homo thorough. Delegate, you see. Criminal, me? Show your hands. Then show the callus of your hands. My first job was building a chicken coop. A criminal doesn't do it. Taking children close to here, I leave the school seeking. Worked under a noon soon, sending cars. My ex-bosses are all still alive today. Criminal don't do these things. Criminal, me? Delegate. Delegate. That's why it's necessary to have honor. More in a position like yours, delegate, must have honor. Because who don't have respect for themselves don't get respect. Who doesn't respect isn't respected. And I left a lot to give credit to delegates after the situation in 6th Police Station. I never knew so many people without character, without dignity, without honor, and people without shame as I met the delegates of 6th Police Station in the episode of my arrest, Daniel, Henrique Pessoa, and you, Ellen Sandberg. Never seen so many people without character, without dignity. People who are thinking in themselves, wanting to pleasure a colleague and others. Criminal. No, don't do it. No criminal. I'm still living since I was born at the Rua Mariano Procópio, number 35. Come here in the community, ask if I am a criminal. Come here to ask. You can ask including priests who knows the Catholic doctrine doesn't go down my throat. Can ask the Catholic, the Spiritist, and the Pais de Santo of the streets. Criminal, me? No, delegate, no. Let's go out side by side, you and me on the streets, me with my title of pastor and you with your title of delegate. We'll ask to the society, where's the corruption? Where's the shameless? Where's the bastards? We'll ask. And I am a criminal. In view of who? And from my point of view, and in the view of those who follows the gospel, who is the criminal, me or you? Criminal, me? Think you are talking about who? I'm not understanding. I think you're confusing me with a bum. Who smoke marijuana, eats marijuana with the flowers, sniffs cocaine, so you're confusing me with this, so God's sake. You are too wrong. A drug dealer speaks as I speak. A drug dealer does what I do. I've already received it in my church, a drug dealer order to close the church. See if I close it. And see if they are alive. You can't confuse me with a bond. Criminal? And my 3 sons, delegate? How is it? My 3 children have seen this news when I was arrested. My father, a criminal, my father committed a crime. Today I'm proving to them who is the criminal in this story. And at the school, have you ever stopped to think my 3 children, 1 girl and 2 boys, have stopped to think, they 3 at school, what they heard about this phrase, criminal? Have you ever stopped to think? I'm just showing the points as you need to give yourself respect. If I were a criminal, maybe you're no longer alive, because I have unusual willing If I were a criminal, I'd have already taken a gun and would have solved this with shots.